In the twilight of his journey, Samuel Grayson savored life's edges with a splash of rye whiskey, and the smoky tendrils of a hand-rolled cigar sparked straight from the kitchen flame in his Savannah home. He swore the fumes never crossed his lungs, a sage's nod to caution. Born under Taft's presidency, Grayson crossed the finish line in 2019 at 111, a weathered but spirited voyager. Across the Atlantic, Clara Henshaw, a British survivor of the Great War's echoes, pegged her 114 years to gin, pipe smoke, and a dance with untamed knights. One wonders if she'd have swapped tales with the spirited Parisian Margot Dubois, who quipped, "My only flaw's beneath me, keeping me comfy." Dubois pedaled her trusty bike till 101 and puffed cigarettes until 116, bowing out at 123, the grandest marathoner of them all. Meanwhile, at a spry 107, Leonard Tate toasted each dusk with a frosty ale at precisely 5 p.m. Time bends for no one, after all. Beatrice Klein of Boise swore her daily cherry cola fueled her to 105, while Hazel Morrow of Ohio credited a steady regimen of sausage links and roasted roots for her 108 years. They were mere fledglings next to Sophia Ricci of Tuscany, who downed 4 eggs daily, half uncooked, until her curtain fell at 1:18. If cosmic botanists landed here, sifting through Earth's chronicles in glossy mags like Life's Harvest or Home Beacon, they might wager the elixir of endless summers lies in a diner's greasy platter, chased with moonshine and a fat cigar. Perhaps there's truth in that harvest, or maybe these timeless trailblazers are slyly tugging at our curiosity. No lab can settle the score, no matter how tempting a headline like "Can Caramel Tart Stretch Your Seasons?" A galactic study might be. Humanity hungers for a hidden key to unlock a longer, brighter voyage. That craving fuels a fascination with the quirks and rhythms of those who outpace time. Figures like Dubois, who seem to dodge fate's undertow, despite their smoky trails, captivate the imagination. Was it the cycling that buoyed her, or the weekly cascade of dark chocolate she savored? Stepping back, broader questions bloom. What threads tie thriving elders together? What wisdom can be gleaned, if any? Do their odd habits, like sipping gin, propel them forward, or do they sail despite them? Is there a deeper current at play, or just a roll of celestial dice? Sturdier inquiries into vast flocks of time-worn souls have muddied the waters around virtuous habits as the golden ticket to a grand age. A sweeping probe of Sephardic elders, led by Dr. Elias Navarro at a Brooklyn research hub, found these outliers no more fastidious than the crowd. Many guzzled spirits and lit up for years, some still heftier than their peers. The gents, especially, shirked regular exertion at 70 more often than their counterparts. Farewell, saintly living. Is it all just a cosmic raffle? Their rarity flags them as outliers. Fewer than 120,000 roamed the U.S. in 2022, per census whispers. Though their ranks swelled by half in 20 years, they're still a fleeting 0.04% of the tapestry, just 1 in 2,500 souls. Past a century, the path narrows fast. Those cresting Wandar 10 join the rarefied ultra-veterans, a global guild of roughly 400 at any moment, ebbing and flowing. For scale, each ultra-veteran shares the planet with about 7 tycoons of vast wealth, yet none have touched Dubois' pinnacle. The runner-up, Maine's Edith Carver, clocked out at 118 in 2000. Since the eldest rarely nudge past 116, nearly always women, whispers of 140-year spans surface, but Dubois stands alone, verified beyond a 120. Some muse it's the edge of humankind's coded horizon. A different riddle beckons. Why do some vault past the 80-year marker most stumble at? Could their vast journey and vibrant vigor stem chiefly from their inner blueprint? Twin studies from Nordic lands suggest heritage shapes only 25–35% of life's span. But the further the voyage, the louder that blueprint hums. For those crossing 100, it's a chorus. Having a sister who's danced past a century lifts your odds ninefold. For brothers, it's a 19-fold leap per a 1 to 200 strong Northeast longevity tally since 1996. Shared hearths might blur the lines, though, nurture tangling with nature. Without such kin, picking ancestors who thrived long is the next best bet. That's why tracing lineage matters. Knowing when and why forebears faded reveals the submerged hazards in one's own waters. A family tree sprouting centenarians is a quiet triumph, a genetic windfall. For most, though, the roots don't stretch so far. Why bother charting this course? Because it's about more than fate. Can everyday choices harvest the same bounty these elders reap effortlessly through their lineage? Can their resilience, their shield against time's wear, be mirrored even without their inherited map? Can strategy and will outrun the expected end? If so, decoding these cosmic lottery victors, how they defy the clock, lights the way forward. Early musings on longevity sparked a dread. What if life stretched thin without vigor, like a threadbare sail flapping uselessly? The fear assumed these ancients limped through bonus years, tethered to care wards. Yet a closer sift through global elder studies unfurls a brighter banner. Sure, many teeter on fragile ground. U.S. data pegs a 40% annual fade rate for those 100 plus. For a 102-year-old matriarch, the shadow looms close, a 1 in 2 wager. Pneumonia and sneaky infections often claim them, and a few like Dubois simply drift off in time's gentle tide. But most still wrestle the same age-old foes, heart woes, mind fog, brittle bones, as everyone else. The pivot point? These battles strike them decades later, or not at all. Research from Dr. Luca Moretti's Northeast crew reveals cancer tags 1 in 5 by 71 in the broader flock. For centenarians, that tally waits till 99. Heart troubles hit a quarter by 74 elsewhere, but not till 91 for them. Bone wear, brain drift, and vessel strain lag by 15–20 years too. They don't just linger, they sidestep decline's snare, and they defy the gloom of frail twilight. Moretti, Navarro, and kin note these souls often hum with vigor, belying the hunch of creaky husks. Not all are scaling peaks or leaping from plains, but many ace tests of wit and daily deeds, stirring pots, trimming nails, tasks that turn Herculean past 90. Oddly, though women flood this rank 5–1 over men, the gents often shine brighter in mind and motion. Moretti chalks it up to a brutal filter. Men face heart and stroke storms earlier, culling the weaker. Women weather those gales later, enduring longer even when weathered. Muscle's quiet might, more abundant in men, may tip the scales, AEIs, thread to unravel later. Even if their 11th chapter falters, these travelers have reaped lush, hale years beyond the norm. Their vitality stretches as far as their days. Stranger still, the ultra-veterans, 105–109, often outshine their younger century peers, a testament to the longer you roam, the sturdier you've grown. Picture their gift as a cosmic delay, a timeline nudged rightward by decades. 65. Their heartstrings sang like a 40-year-old's. At 90, they moved like spry 70-year-olds, a generation rewound. That's the echo to chase, Contrast this with the common arc, where medicine drags out days amid dwindling spark, widening the dusk of decay. For centenarians, that dusk shrinks, vitality reigns long, decline darts brief. The aim? To craft that arc anew, longer, richer seasons with scant shadow at the close. Their edge often lands unbidden, a genetic breeze or luck's whisper. For others, it's a deliberate climb, raising the next query. How do they dodge decay's grip? And how can that be forged afresh? Here, the blueprint likely weaves its magic. Elusive longevity codes most lack, thanks to unchosen roots. Pinpointing those codes could let us mimic their armor. It seems simple. Scan 1,000 elder genomes, spotlight the standout strands. Yet vast genomic hunts have yielded scant loot. Their codes diverge wildly. Luck's shadow looms large. Why? The riddle? Why so few breach the veil? Nature's hand explains. Evolution honed us for youth's bloom, birth, bonding, rearing kin. By 50, most glide on that momentum. Beyond, the gears grind. Selection wanes post-prime. Flaws that flare late, like mind fade or vessel cracks, slip through, already sown into the next crop. A bald crown at 60? Nature shrugs. Mates were won decades back. Centenarians might wield rare shields, buffering those late glitches, warding off-heart rot, cell rebels, or thoughts unraveling far past the norm. But nature rarely fans such gifts wide. They're quirks, not mandates. No single trail marks their path. Yet glimmers emerge. One potent strand ties to fat flow, sugar dance, and mind's shield, a gene dubbed LIPA. It crafts a courier for fat traffic with 3 flavors, V1, V2, V3. V2 dominates, but V3 doubles or quintuples mind fog risks. V1, though, fortifies against it and flags long voyages. A 2020 sweep of 25,000 souls found V1 bearers 40% likelier to hit 98 men or 102 women, while dual V3 carriers lagged 75% behind. LIPA's sway hints at targets: brain guard, fat paths, sugar flux. Other fat flow genes, CETX and LIPC, also wink at long life. Perhaps why heart woes rarely fell these giants. But no lone code, nor dozen, paints their full saga. Hundreds, maybe thousands, nudge the needle. A mosaic, not a monolith. That's a boon for the kin poor. No single charm rules. Longevity's a tapestry of tiny stitches. Small shifts might weave a wider span. Another clue flickers in a gene called Vita3, a cellular steward. Studies from Hawaii's sunlit labs to Denmark's fjords tag its variants to hail aging across tribes: Japanese, Yankees, Gauls, and more. Vita3 directs a crew, toggling other genes awake or asleep. Think of it as a ship's quartermaster, tending sails, stores, and hull. It mends, cleans, and guards against rogue cells. Hunger or motion rouses it, sparking vitality's hum. Spanish elders mirrored youths in gene song, not their 80-year kin, a Vita3 echo perhaps. A 2009 trial saw seniors shift to spry gene tunes after months of steady strides. Blueprints. Fixed, but its voice bends with care, hope's ember glows. Picture these ancients as nature's lab rats, a cosmic brew of codes tossed into life's cauldron. Some blend, genes, winds, and ways, yields a rare vintage. Their vices won't suit all. Gin and smoke aren't the grail, but their defiance of decay's drumbeat, pushing it back decades, sets the mark. Old medicine stretches sick years late. The new quest strikes early, stalling all rot at once, heart, mind, bones, not patching each alone. Resilience is the prize, to fend off ruin, to thrive past the pale, like a boxer pacing the ring, outlasting the bell through cunning and grit.